Using Zotero in digital projects, I would like to start with what Zotero is. I don't know if you're familiar with this tool and website. So, quick facts. It is a free open source research tool that helps you collect and analyze research, as it states here. This is a official definition, to share in a variety of ways. So what does that mean? Actually, it is a sort of a database that you can collect and reuse any bibliographic material for many types of research. And today I will concentrate here only on several important points which can be useful for our type of work. It is a project that was initially started in a research center that belongs to university in Virginia, and now it is maintained by a non-profit organization. So it is a project that is non-profit and has a great support in community, and it is being constantly supported and developed, and it's something that's very sustainable as a solution. And also it is although it has some plans that can be paid, a lot of stuff here is actually free. So it is a great, it is my preferable choice because it's very versatile, and I can do a lot of it without paying anything for my project, because sometimes when you budget, you have to prioritize in what you will be able to pay from the funds that you receive, but also you would like to have many outlets for those type of work that can be done for free. And furthermore, that can be done with great ease. I would like to have a tool that helps me do some stuff quicker, and especially if that tool is like Zotero, something that saves time, because it can do something for me with a click. So this is, I've made a screenshot of an online version of the Zotero application, and also there is a standalone application that you can download from their website and install it for free on your machine. And I thought maybe later in the hands-on part we can do this stuff together if you haven't done that already. So I will just not to bother you with all the details, because Zotero is very well documented, and you can learn a bunch of stuff online. I will just show you some basic features that are very useful. First of all, to see how we feed the data to the database, that can be manual, which is rather slow, but can be done. You can import references from different databases and catalogs. And the most convenient, and something that we'll focus on today, is Zotero connector that can grab bibliographic data from any site or documents. It works well for documents as well, and imports them into your collection. Also, there is something that I just know about and I haven't tried, is a mobile app, which is actually can work as a scanner, and you can scan barcode or enter ISBN number, and it inserts reference into your collection via mobile phone. I tried typing in one ISBN number, and actually it's for one of my works, and it imported all the data, all the metadata without an error. Also, you can drag and drop PDFs, but this is not very advisable because you will probably, the metadata that you will get will not be of good quality. Or you can extract from some PDFs, but then again, it depends on how well these things are made in the initial documents. So for that reason, I highlighted some of the preferable tools. And this is how field for entering metadata looks like. As you can see, so if you enter manually, you have to type in select journal article, type in the title, paste an abstract and stuff like that. And with connector, this goes right through to the database. This is the documentation. I will leave links in the training materials. And if there is some other stuff that you need to learn, this is the place that you can go to and just see how some things are done. You'll probably have no trouble in finding a feature that can fit your need. And now the feature that I was talking about can be, as you can see, it can be installed on most of the commercial browsers. And it looks like a button. It's this button here that just grabs metadata and enters it in your database. I have made a short video here to show you how things are done. I go to the website, I click the button, select the collection that I want to put it in, and the metadata just appear in your collection. Okay, so I want to go to the next slide. If you try to grab metadata from for example, a page that belongs to online edition or online database that contains multiple, for example, a page in a database that contains references of all articles in one number of a journal. You can you receive all the titles, and you can select which ones do you want to enter into your collection. So this is also possible to grab multiple references at the same time with a connector, which is something can be very convenient if you're trying to gather a lot of data that are under the same collection. But with connector, you always have to be very cautious and just perform every time that you enter something from the internet, because metadata can vary. This import can be of very different quality, so you always have to check what was actually transmitted, and if there are any errors or something is misplaced, which can happen. You can very easily manipulate data, because the program, as you will see later, is very versatile and very easy to use. So practically anyone can learn to use Zotero in like half an hour. You can become very very familiar with how things work here. So this is, for example, these are titles in one collections, and by accident I just stumbled upon a reference of one of our speakers, and this is I don't know if you see on this part of screen how metadata are here collected here in this window. So everything is very neat, and you'll try later to manipulate this data to see how easy it is to work with that. And why why do we need this type of tool in our work? Well, because we all deal with a lot of bibliographic data, and we don't want to type it in a Word document, for example. We want to be able to do more with it and to do less work if it's possible. And it is possible, at least for this type of information. As you have probably know, metadata are usually something that's very out there, and it's usually, it can be, even though if work is behind the paywall, you'll probably have metadata that are free to use. So how can we harness all the potential of these type of tools? And there are others. I haven't mentioned that. There are other similar solutions, for example, Mendeley or other databases. But I prefer Zotero because I'm used to it and it has some practical purposes. But it can be done with other solutions as well. So it is very useful, especially for the projects that want to achieve that are in the first place that are collaborative, and it can be useful for the projects that want to achieve greater openness. So you can create a it's not called it's called a group in Zotero. In some other it's called community, but you can create a group and have a group library that can be either closed only for members, or it can be open so that what you create there can be a bibliographic database that's open to anyone and that can be used in a number of different ways to display your group's interests, or for example, project bibliography, or numerous. I can name numerous purposes of this type of libraries, but anyone can apply this to their project's needs. What's great about Zotero group libraries is that it can be used not only for example, collecting bibliographic data about a topic, but it can be used for documentation purposes. I will show you later what that can imply, but the fact that you can not only collect references, but you can also tag them with the keywords or any tag set that you want to set for your collection, and also attach and link material to specific references is very powerful. What else? This is probably one of the most important features for our specific topic here in this workshop and our project, is that the references that are entered in Zotero can be exported in a number of formats. Not only to TI. TI is most relevant for us here, but there is a range of different formats that it can export to. For example, this is a screenshot of a bibliography from FS database, and this is you see arrow pointing to the reference, the same reference that is in Zotero. Actually, the arrow should go the other way around, because the reference was initially entered in Zotero and then exported to TEI and then visualized by FS. So in using Zotero for documentation, this is a screenshot from our epigraphy project, where we used this tool as sort of as an experiment, because we had already made documentation elsewhere in some other collaborative environment. We had numerous sources to compile from, but we also made this documentation, which consists of references and link material connected to each inscription that we would want in our collection. So it looks like this. For each collection, we made a folder that contains numerous subfolders, further containing bibliographic references for each inscription. So, and also we included some of the material that was in other databases that contains links to those databases as well as their reference numbers, so that we can very quickly move between different online resources that are already existing and that we want to use to link in our project. So whenever possible, we entered an open source, a link to an open source content. For example, Remiše Studin in Serbian. We have a link for archive page. And if we follow that link, it will lead us to the original publication that is in open access, or it's a publication that's in public domain and it can be browsed. And so what we wanted to achieve is to replace hard copy-paste system of cards with not replace, but we wanted also to have this this feature, which is very convenient because we can all, if there are multiple persons on the project, everyone can sign in with their account and add stuff, build on stuff and stuff like that, because it's very very collaborative. A lot of people can work on the same thing at the same time, and it appears immediately. So this is just the same. For example, a linked content. This is a snapshot of our documentation. This is a link to an open content, and when you follow the link, you will open the original article. And this is really this can be useful to trace. It's a big it's a very tedious job, but it can be useful because if you have to check some older readings on, or find a old photograph of a monument that's lost, for example, you'll have this instantly in this documentation. So this is something that I've mentioned, and I thought maybe this would be an interesting task for a hands-on session, is how to use Zotero as intermediary tool. So this is all. You don't have to use this as a documentation tool if you don't want to. It can be a big job, but it can be useful if you can use Zotero to skip the step of typing in bibliographies and then encoding them by hand, or if you want to use them in some different type of repository that allows importing. Zotero can be really good because it's really manipulation of data is very easy, as you will see. And there is a lot of outputs that can be generated from a single so sort of it's like what we did with Epidoc and encoding and TEI, that there is one input and outputs can be multiple. For example, it can we only use the XMLs here to visualize data on the website, but those data can also be exported to a print version document, PDF, or any type of scenario that you want to set your transformation to be. So you can, for example, you can prepare an epidoc corpus and visualize it on the website, but also you can have, with the help, at least I'm speaking for myself, I wouldn't be able to do that without a programmer, but it is possible for someone to program a transformation scenario that transport your XML data into an actual print-ready format. So the same goes for the references. So if you collect them automatically and with a slight editing if needed, you can transport it. You can select and export that data into any format that you need. So this is a snapshot of some of the. I don't know if all are here, but you recognize some of those TEI as our main topic, but also LaTeX, comma-separated values, and Note XML, which is also another system. Mods is also very popular. You have wiki citation templates, which can be useful if someone is editing a Wikipedia article or anything from that universe. And also Dublin Core. I've never tried this, and I don't know if it works well, but I know for TEI and for this RIS format, which I used a lot, that things work pretty good. For example, this is an import tool for our institutional repository, and this is something that we used a lot to import. Initially, import a lot of a large amount of data with just loading a bunch of files, hundreds of references with a single click and with just slight editing. So, and this is to finish the presentation, this is an export into TEI. As you can recognize, some of the things that Elina showed you yesterday about how to encode bibliographic references in TEI. This is what you get from exporting Zotero reference. It's just one reference. Perhaps you will have slightly more work when you export the whole collection. You'll probably want to edit. But in any case, it saves you from endlessly tagging title, level J, Bibl, scope, unit, volume, and stuff like that. So if you have to edit just a thing or two to fit you the needs of your bibliography that you want to display in your project, it's really time saving.